Is it 3 o'clock yet?
Camera. Oh, look at how much better.
That's because it's a light.
I know. That's what I'm telling you. Look how much better it is.
It's Dale Harrison coming to you live from my home office. Thank you so much for tuning into the Dale Show.
Against my window, bringing back those memories. I can't stand the rain against my window, and it keeps on hurting me. When I feel the wind.
Thank you for tuning into the Dale Show. Thank you for tuning into the show. I don't know if I'm ever going to hit that last note properly, but if you've been watching the show a long time, you know I never hit that last note properly because it's a joke. Hey, y'all. The only thing the Dale Show is missing, like when I look at these videos, because of this kind of person that I am, I am a music person. Like, I wish I could have some music in the background. Hey, y'all, I see y'all out there. Listen here. Like, let me know who's out there. Be in the comments. I'll just be like, on. Be in the comments. That's the only thing I really want, like, for the Dale Show, for them to add in, because there's a setting in this, like, StreamYard. That's where I'm streaming through. There's a setting in here that you could play background music, but I think it's only the background music is only for when, like if I, just have this background up. So, I'm gonna write them though, because every time I write StreamYard, y'all, they make an adjustment. I'm talking about, yes, let me see who just left me a comment. Gloria. Hey, honey. Happy Easter. Yes, happy Easter. Happy Easter, Gloria. Did you go to church? Because I was trying to go to church. And, that's where I almost lost the good spirit, Gloria, because, everybody that don't go to church, this day one time a year to show up to go to church, and all the people that's showing up every week, you know what I mean? We can't get a seat because everybody want to bring their kids and their grandma out for Easter. But I'm like, y'all don't even go here. Child, I was going through it today, and the thing is, it's all my fault. I know, like, I don't know why I thought it was going to change this year. First of all, I needed to go to bed, but I was up last night redesigning my email. Okay. And, from redesigning the email, I stayed up to 3 o'clock in the morning because, like, when it comes to like designing or any kind of like editing, those are the things that my night brain gets turned on, so I only think of those things in the midnight hour, and then I get to working on them because I don't like to think about them. And then I get up in the morning. I like, for as soon as I think about something, like, let's get the task done. So I was working up late. Then of course I had to call my homegirl back. I told her I was gonna call her back early when I was at the concert, so I had to call her back. I called her back. We talked for an hour, and I'm kept threatening to get off the phone, but we kept talking longer. Then I asked the Lord to get me up, and the Lord definitely got me up at like 7:34. And, like, let me tell you something. I don't use an alarm. I asked the Holy Spirit to wake me up at a certain time, and I'm talking about like clockwork. It happens every single time, and I'm talking about on time. It's never like, Holy Spirit, where was you at? Like, it's the ultimate test of like trusting Him. So I got up. I asked the Holy Spirit to get me up so I can go to the 9 o'clock service. But because I was so sleep deprived from staying up till 4 a.m., when I got up at like 7:34, and then when I asked the Holy Spirit to get me up, I was like, Holy Spirit, can you get me up and give me the energy to stay up? And when I took the dogs out, I did feel like, okay, I'm up. All I needed to do was run out the house with my funky breath and just put on anything and go to church, and I would have been in the church, because it's Easter, so you got to get there early. But I was like, why am I gonna go at 9 o'clock when I know for a fact I'm just going to church to fall asleep, because I was so tired. So anyway, so I fell back, went to sleep, pressed the snooze button 15 times. I mean, not even the snooze button. That's what I'm talking about, child. That's why I be trusting the Holy Spirit, because I was like, Holy Spirit, wake me up in 15 minutes. And I kept on doing that. I kept on saying it. So I finally got out the house at like 11:17. Church start at 11:30. I get there at like 11:40 because it's not too far from here. And it's a line almost around the corner, and I'm giving everybody the dirty looks like, I don't recognize you. Do you pay your tithe? I'm talking about, I'm doing it. Child, I was going through it. Do you hear me? And then I was so mad because the people came outside, and it was like, just as nice. Hey guys, we're at capacity. Don't forget, we got church on YouTube, but we're not going to be able to let anybody else in. So I was so pissed off about that, because, I'm feeling like, where's y'all at all throughout the year? But, the Lord started talking to me like, okay, now this might be my one time of year to get to these. These people don't come. So these are the people that actually need the seats. Okay, you're here all the time. So then my dad called, then I felt so much better. But let me just tell you, I be going absolutely Like the reason why I go through it is anytime I'm going through it is because I feel like I could have prevented all of this by one realizing that every year I need to like every year I can't go on Easter because every year is at capacity because that's when people come. Like so I just went to the grocery store and I went to this concert last night. Let me put a concert up. See if I can pull a concert up while look at it. I went to the Black Music Fest last night, Black History Music Festival last night in downtown LA. I'm talking about y'all, it was so fun. I want to talk to y'all about this lady right here. This lady right here. This lady, that's loose ends right there. Okay. And when I tell you, yesterday's experience, first of all, anytime I'm out and about, I'm always learning like so many valuable lessons like out and about because hold on, let me remove her so I can I'm always learning so many spiritual lessons when I'm out and about because because this is out there for you to learn. That's how you grow. That's how you learn. If you're just constantly, I'm just constantly having these like epiphanies, But anyway, this lady right here, this lady, let me bring the video back. Let me bring the video back. Right. This lady right here, hold on. Here's what I learned from her yesterday. She had the ultimate confidence, yesterday. I mean, they all did. Like, everybody on that stage was confident from the, saxophone player to the MC to everybody had their role. And what I really admired about this lady is too, you see her size, she's a plus size lady. And the other two singers, they this, you see this right? I'm trying to show. They adjusted their mics and they stood up and she did not. Hey Sarah, how are you? She did not. She sat down the entire time and you didn't look over there and she was looking sad because she felt like, oh, I can't stand up like the rest of honey. She was like, see me, love me, here I am. And guess what? In the other two, they didn't look and make her try to conform. They was like, okay, we like to stand up and she likes to sit down. And guess what? They all sounded super great together. They was harmonious. They all sounded good. And it was just a lesson of the like ultimate confidence in who you are, but also in who other people are. Because a lot of times you're so confident in who you are. You're like, why are they not like this? Like who I am, confident who I am. Why are they over here? But that was the number one, not number one lesson, but that was like one of the first lessons that I noticed is, just how everybody was just able to just do their own thing. Even this lady right here, and I strongly, not this lady, but let me turn it down. This, the lead singer from the loose end. Let me show you her right here, the lead singer. That's me with the African yell. This is the lead singer of the group. It's called Loose Ends. If you've never heard of this group right here, go look them up. You'll really like their music. They are an old school group from back in the day, but they had some really nice songs. And what I really love, and this is what helps me too as a singer too, is, background singers, honey, people that back people up and have this great gift of harmonizing with these other like strong voices. That is a real gift. But like, let me tell you what they got a real gift of is humility. You know what I'm saying? Because you are like, all of them singers was blowing her out the water. Like, I mean, and they were not overshadowing her during the time of her singing, but like when it was their time to shine, it was like amazing. You know what I'm saying? But they knew the assignment. And also, you know who else knew the assignment? The lead singer. She, every time she was singing, let me see if we can hear her sing.
Woo! Miss Dominique Coran, y'all.
Look, you see, she even was like, woo, herself. You know what I mean? Like it even took her own breath away. But when this lady sings, she's just like, you can't stop the rain. It's real simple. She ain't busting out no heavy notes where you about to be like, wow, that lead singer is crazy. But she had the message of God. She did her thing that she was assigned to do, and we loved her, and she is the lead of the group. It's like, when like everybody on that stage knew the assignment, even the guy that was the MC, like sometimes they would need a break and she would be like, we need the maestro to come out here, because they're from England. We need the maestro to come out and say a few words so we can take a sip of water. And I'm talking about, this man would come right out and be like, how many of y'all been knowing Luke? He did not need to think of something to say because he was tired too. It was the most amazing like day. And what was so amazing about it too is, honey, like I was ready to go. Like, Sarah, now, I'm 96 years old. Okay, so I'm ready to go at every moment. Like, I come into every place ready to go. It is just no question. So I sat there for a minute. Luckily, I brought my little shawl, but I had gotten there so early because the thing said it started at 3:30, but it really started at 4. So I had got there. Yes, Sarah. I had got there at like 2 something because I was early. Like we were editing the trailer for my comedy special that's going to be coming out later this year. So we finished early and I just headed on down. I'm like, I'm not even going home, but just head on downtown, and I got there and I'm thinking I'm going to wait. But anyway, I had a longer wait. So luckily I had my shawl there because it was getting cooler, but I was like, okay, today I'm gonna get me some alcohol, because alcohol, child, warm you up from the inside, because them spirits, honey, they coming straight from hellfire. Okay, so that's probably why you be hot on the inside, because them alcoholic spirits. I mean, the thing is, I really don't feel like you drink one drink and you turn into this like hot demon. But people who be raging alcoholics, honey, ain't no super sweet alcoholics out here, honey. Even when they super sweet at first, that rage comes upon ya, and you got to be like, bye bye. You know what I'm saying? Let me do this first necessary thing though. Before I even get started, because that's what gave me the idea to make some shrimp tacos, because I had some cod tacos yesterday, some fish tacos, and they made them with cod, and I was like, that is downright amazing. So I was at the store. There was no cod at the store, but I just got some shrimp. So it was already like some seasoned shrimp, and when stuff be seasoned, I mean, maybe it's like their idea, like, oh, we got this perfect season, but I feel like stuff be seasoned because it'd be like, all right, we need 2 more days on there. How can we make it look more appealing? So let's go. I'm like, nah, I'm about to come home and cook them. Let me put everything back that I had out, because I was going to juice before I went to church. Let me get this corn out, because I love me a corn. I was going to juice before I went to church, but I didn't get to do that because I was trying to run out the door. So I just took an orange. Honey, how you doing, Sarah? How's everything been? Who else is out there besides Sarah? I see a couple more people out there. Oh, I see some goodness. Now you know with child with shrimp. Oh, let me get my camera. You know with shrimp, you don't need to. Oh shucks. Y'all seeing me dropping everything. You know with shrimp, you don't need child. Shrimp be done in 5 seconds. So this be like an hour of talking, and then. But what I am gonna do too is, I have been working on my blood pressure, like making certain that my blood pressure is, I'm getting it down on my own. Because the thing about blood pressure is, it's no secret to how you keep the blood pressure looking good. I mean, not looking good, but like it's no secret to how you keep the vitals. But you just have to do it. You just have to focus on the dark leafy greens. You got to drink up some water. You got to do more vegetables. You got to do more fruit, and that really resolves everything. So I just been trying to make certain that I do it, because I'm like, I really don't want to be on medicine. You said doing pretty good. Been having a nice lazy day today, trying to keep busy lately. Busy doing what, Sarah? What you busy doing? I think I'm gonna go by this like rooftop thing. I think I'm gonna go by this rooftop thing. I signed up, I went past this cute little bar over here in Hollywood. And then I just got this like invite to, the same bar for like rooftop, it's gonna be like a party. So I mean, yeah, like a little day party. So I said I'm gonna just go by there, because what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to make certain that I take myself out, I dress myself up, I look nice, I feel good, and don't need nobody to keep going with you nowhere. Just go by yourself. Just explore by yourself. Like every time even yesterday I was by myself. And it was so fun. Like me and this old man talked. This old man gave me such a good idea for one of my like mama videos that I be doing. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get up and do that in the morning. But it was fun. And then guess what? The old man, he was talking, and then I had signed up for 2 tickets for the concert, and he didn't have a ticket. So I was like, oh, the Lord must have made me sign up, because he knew you was gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just standing in line thinking you could get in line, but he didn't know you needed to like sign up on Eventbrite. And this is like an old man, child. That old man don't even got no computer, let alone like he probably still got a flip phone, Sarah. You said I was trying to be vague, like stream stuff. Sarah, you know I need you to get specific out here. Oh my word. I've been actually I've been keeping it not low key, because you just be having to be like busy anyway, but what I'm trying to do is only be busy with my own projects, just nothing. That's it, because I'm already a type of person that has like a lot of like, it's easy for me to feel anxious, so if I have too many projects, that's where I feel like the anxiety it comes from. I need to help this person over here and help that person over there, and I'm like, no, I just got to focus on myself. So the first thing I'm doing, Sarah, me too. I'm gonna say this, former professional anxious person, because, and you know what I realized too is, it really is, because also too, I'm in a house with my own projects, and I'm having to calm myself down as I wait on checks and invoices to be paid. This is the freelancer invoice life, but dropping a whole bunch of tasks, that has taken that has taken the anxiety down. Helping out over here, doing this. I was even doing this like podcast, and it's fun and all, but then I had to think about, is it on brand? Am I like, I would leave the podcast feeling stressed out. I would feel like, oh, this environment is like, I'm trying to go clean as a comedian, and when you are going clean, you do need to constantly be in places that are clean, so that you can build up a strength. So that way, when you are in places that are not such a clean environment, you still got the strength. And I feel like when I was doing this podcast, it was just filthy. You know what I mean? Like, some people would just take it there, and they have freedom of speech. So I don't want to be there judging them. But I noticed when I would leave the podcast, I'm saying a couple cuss words on the podcast. Now I'm saying a couple cuss words. And it's just like the Lord told me, honey, you have to make sure you're in an environment where you can grow like to the higher level. If you're constantly in an environment where they cursing up a storm and you try not to curse, well, how are you going to now empower yourself? You know what I'm saying? And it's the same with anything. If I'm working at the sugar factory and I'm trying to get out of sugar, it's gonna be real tough. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be sugar everywhere, and in every meal, and everybody gonna be eating it, and you're gonna be sitting there, feeling miserable and anxious. So I know, just stopping that one thing, stopping producing anybody else's show, and just focusing on my own, that has definitely taken some of the anxiety. And of course, with blood pressure, me trying to actively make sure that I don't have to get on any medicine for blood pressure, that is the number one thing, is you got to take down the stress. You know what I'm saying? And people will call you all day long. I remember when I was producing this show, I'm producing this show. A person will call me all day long with their weed ideas. You know what I'm saying? You call me all day long with your weed ideas. Then you call me and everything is urgent. But then if I can't do it at the time you needed it done, then but I needed you to bust a move in order to get it done. Then all of a sudden it's not urgent. It's only urgent when you need me to bust a move and keep. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, no, I did that. I done that. I'm done. And guess what? The Lord wants me to nap my way to the top. I'm already a busy person, so I'm always going to have the works that go with the faith. But I never had the naps that go with the faith, because faith requires you to like rest in the Lord. Sarah, you said, yeah, for a while I was doing a thing where my presence was not appreciated at all. I'm worth not being shit on every week. So I made a change, and much better. Me too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm doing the project. I'm feeling like I'm doing it for a friend. And guess what? They lied. They lied about how much money they were getting paid on the project. So I'm basically on the project being a sharecropper. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not getting paid like if you're getting, let's say you're getting, 20,000 an episode for something. A person is helping you to write, produce, book talent, edit, come up with questions, announce. You would not want to break off this person 10% of the role, 30%, and they helped you to come up with the idea altogether. Like, and this is like a long time. Like, you would not want to assist, like, you wouldn't want to give that person more. You're that kind of selfish. So, and then I'm always thinking about, because in the Bible, it wants you to always be forgiving, but then, you think about like, where is the boundary between like forgiveness and knowing who a person is and just going away? Because it's not just the money. If I ask for, if I need you to, a resource, then you're going to block me from the resource, or you're going to tell me about a resource, but it's only going to be you, and you're never going to invite me out to the resource. So I'm just like, what am I signing up for slavery? You know what I'm saying? For when I could just slave for my own projects. You know what I mean? So I'm like, no, I'm going to be right in here, because what I'm doing is enough, I have to believe in myself enough to know that my own projects are going to pay off. And I don't have to help 1,000 people because something might hit. You never know what's going to stick. We don't have, when you going by faith, you don't have to do you never know what's going to stick. This thing you keeping the faith for is going to stick. Me wanting my own show, that's going to stick. Me wanting a special that's going to blow up, that's going to stick. It's never well, you never know. And that's what I was doing before. I'm going to this podcast because maybe somebody will hit me on here. It ain't no maybes when it comes to faith. I don't have to participate over here if this environment is not filling me up or nurturing me or growing me. I don't have to feel compelled to participate because I know what I am participating in is sticking. You know what I mean? And has been sticking because I'm able to sustain by it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have another job now. Of course, now that's what I'm also working on too, is making certain that that when I am telling the Lord that I want to get paid by this way, by my acting gigs, by my voiceover gigs, and just doing this, I have to make certain that I can handle his timing because, sometimes the rent is late, and I don't want it to be late, but, an invoice might get paid late, but I cannot be going out to work another job because then you can't focus on the thing that you say you're believing for. You know what I mean? Like, and I was working another job, but I kept feeling the nudge to go off on my own. And the Lord was saying, well, like, I've taken care of you for the last 18 years. I've been doing comedy for 18 years. The Lord said, I've been taking care of you for 18 years. So why would anything change? If I'm telling you to jump, it's time for you to jump and to go off on your own. Everything is going to be fine. You got to trust that too, because I'm either sticking to a job that I can't stand, that is just totally pulling away from my spirit, or, I'm going to be over here just calming myself down, making certain that I don't feel the stress, letting the Lord know that I trust him, and then things just walk right in the door. In fact, look, I was saying I wanted some money, I wanted some money because that's every artist's prayer. Every freelancer, anybody, even if they got some money and they're living in the Hollywood Hills, they still right now. Somebody is up in the hills right now praying about some money. So anyway, I went to my homegirl's house. I made sure to take the invite. Hey, Wayne Payne, I see you out there. I went to my homegirl's house and she invited me over and we were just like, we're going to pray. And when we prayed, one of the things that I said in the prayer was, Lord, I just cast down all imagination and I just rebuke and I cancel out all talk of I need money. And I just replace that with I am already wealthy. Like, because life is, honey, opening these eyes every morning. That is the real wealth. I just was in the hospital on Monday. Honey, I did not think about no callbacks. I didn't think about no voiceover. I didn't think about no rent. I didn't think about none of that. All I was focused on is being alive. You know what I'm saying? So that is the real wealth. But then also being from the kingdom, you are wealthy. And everything, this is what I was telling my cousin earlier. Everything that I let go, I will say something and I will let it go. And I'm talking about that thing shows up, y'all. It shows up. As soon as I'm sitting on the couch doing at manifestation, I am, I got this. The Ford is going to come to me. The commercial is going to, anytime I'm doing that, that is a sign that I don't believe in it. Because anytime I've been like, you know what? This one is mine right here. And I just go outside and I go talk on the phone and I go lay on the couch and I go take a nap. That thing come running in because I have fully believed. It is crossed over the threshold of belief. But when I'm on the couch and I'm just like, Lord, send in the commercial, send a callback. You know what? By Tuesday at noon, they're going to call me back. Anytime I'm doing that, I'm not believing. I'm not believing because you don't have to do all that. The Lord ain't be like, let there be light. Now light is going to come. Now light, you show up because I say it's going to be like light 7 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? The Lord ain't have to do all that. The Lord said, let there be light, and light just appear. He said, let there be dark just appear. Let there be animal, they just appear. And that's the, and I do feel like, see, and this is what I feel also too, is letting those other projects go has helped me to step into the higher level of my power, because now I'm just like, now I'm not making money through those other sources. I'm not working with those other sources. So now I'm just like, I don't know how it's going to do it, Lord, but you just gonna pay this. It's gonna get paid. And then I'll, like, for instance, I have a business loan. The business loan was due. Okay. I told him it was gonna be by the 15th, but I did not know how it was gonna happen. But then I started looking at my savings. I'm like, let me piece something together, because I just want to make sure my stuff is paid on time. Honey, I go to the Laugh Factory, which I was going to cancel because I'm just like, sometimes these huge shows be a lot of pressure, but then I was like, I can't cancel. Like, I've had this booking for 6 months. I can't just cancel tonight. You know what I'm saying? And it was because of like nerves. Anyway, I go to the Laugh Factory. I perform. It's a great set. A friend of mine who I never saw because I left early, she was there, and she tagged me on Instagram and was like, this is the person that let me stay at her house for a week and ain't asked me for $1 when I first moved to LA and I really needed it. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, boo, it was no problem. Like, thank you so much. I was there too. I've been there too. And she was like, Del, what is your Cash App? She Cash Apps me some money, and it covers both of the things that I needed to pay. Like, never needed to come out. Like, the money that I did have, I could save that for grocery and the next thing that I needed to pay. So it's like, it be those mysteries that the Lord like take you through when you trust in him. You tell him you're gonna trust him. Child, I could go on and on. Anyway, the number one thing to my recipe, let me get on the recipe. The number one thing to my recipes of course, these new recipes of keeping my blood pressure low, normal levels, is eat. There is no, I'm gonna eat in 2 hours when I get home. No, spend top dollar to eat good, because I will. Those 2 hours that I say I'm gonna just eat when I get home, and I'm gonna just wait 2 hours. I'm passing a lot of temptation on the way home. Do you hear me? And I'm talking about, I'm passing chips and coffee and bread and all that. So that's why I see this is avocado toast. I'm hungry right now. I'm about to make these shrimp, but I'm hungry right now. The Lord told me, put some avocado on the toast, honey, and eat it, because you cannot be out here hungry. That's my thing. It's like, my thing is snacks. Like, I'll just snack, and it will not be good because my mouth fiends for the crunch. You know what I mean? So I don't even get started unless I'm full. And I mean, going nowhere. I'm late everywhere I go because I need to eat, because I'm not going to be going out here and passing all these temptations when I know how the devil comes to tempt me. So, that's the number one thing. Let me close up this bread. I'm trying to. My homegirl gave me this new circle light. But I'm like, where's the phone hook up in here? It must still be in the box. Anyway, I got me some avocado oil, because that's what they say you're supposed to cook in. It does feel real light too, So I like it. I'm gonna just saute. What I really love about shrimp. Now my auntie tells me too about shrimp. She says, shrimp, you can't have that, but so what? Every once in a while, because shrimp is high in cholesterol. So I'm like, okay, let me chill with the shrimp. But I just bought me some skewers, some Cajun butter shrimp skewers. And I'm just going to take them on. Actually, what I'm going to do is even better. Let me turn this fire down. Even better. I'm going to pre-cut the shrimp, because shrimp, honey, whenever you got shrimp, you want to like, when I do a shrimp salad or I do shrimp tacos, I just want to eat the shrimp. Like, I don't want to pull no tails off, and I don't want to do that. Like, I just want it already cut up so I can like enjoy it. Wayne, what you been up to? Put it in the comments. So yeah, so look at these shrimp. I just got them today from Sprouts. See, and I'm just gonna cut them up. I got 2 of them, and I'm just gonna cut them right up and saute them right in the pot because I need to eat, and I need to eat goods. And luckily they gave this like wax bag, New Orleans style. Yes, parlez français. Je peux parler un peu français, mais j'ai les gens qui regardé mon channel. Alors, je ne peux pas, parler français, mais beaucoup. Parce que pour les gens, which is like, I can speak French a little bit, but I have people watching, so they don't speak French, so I'm gonna have to speak English because they're watching. So that's basically, I'm paraphrasing what I said, but I was trying to get it out there. My French used to be so much better when I worked in Times Square. God, my French and my Spanish, that's where it was so much better because the Gambians spoke French and the Dominicans spoke Spanish, and they all used to speak to me only in French, only in Spanish. And I'm talking about, it's the whole reason why you could go, like, when you could go live in another country and people are only speaking to you in that language. And honey, because the number one language is body language. So if they just spoke to you in that, I'm gonna have to put this on my cutting board. I thought I was gonna be able to put it on this paper, but this paper is not. This paper needs to. Ooh, I almost left a shrimp in the bag. Travailler on my podcast on. Quand es-tu travailler on tu podcast? When are you working on your podcast? Esther Oat, is it up? Let me rinse my hands a little bit because anytime I put some in the trash. Yeah, I'm just cutting the shrimp up in these little bitty pieces of shrimp. So I might even give some to the dogs. Because let me tell you something, these dogs, all West Africans speak French. Well, most of them. I don't know if all, but a lot of them. And I really used to love working at that place with all those people that were speaking all those languages, because I'm talking about, you can master when you're around it, you can master it so much easier because they're showing you as they're telling you, So, in fact, I am officially a New Yorker because, honey, when I went to New York, I went to this like Dominican like little party place that was like on the corner from my mama's house. Honey, them people were speaking to me in straight Spanish, and I understood every word. I never was like, huh? Say that again. I understood every word. And guess what? They wasn't looking at me like, can she speak Spanish? They expected it. Like, and that's what I love so much about the Dominican, like the Dominican and Puerto Rican cultures in New York. They are like, you need to be speaking this language. Like, when I speak to Mexicans, like I'll speak to Mexicans out here in Spanish, and I guess the pressure, they want you to know that they speak the King's English. So they're like, ma'am, I speak Spanish because, child, they probably got the same pressure we got, which is to They don't want anybody thinking they dumb or thinking they can't speak Spanish or whatever. But in New York, honey, they are not only speaking Spanish, they are like, why aren't you speaking Spanish? You know, like it's they looking at it like, honey, the Spanish has been around for all this time. What are you waiting on? You're behind, you know? And I loved it. I love that attitude. God, these shrimp is about to be so good. And you know what? I'm really so glad I'm cutting them up beforehand, because I'm even able to cut out the shrimp that's in the tails. You know, the tails be having this little delicious piece of juicy shrimp that's in there. Here's another lesson I learned yesterday too. Watching that concert. Straight humility. Straight humility. Climax was there. I didn't even put their video up. Climax was there. And it was some new girls in Climax, and it was like one of the old people that was in Climax. And this old lady, well, not old lady, because she's not that old. But anyway, as the original member, she was the guitar player, but she wasn't no like singer. So she went out and got these two like bad mama jammers that was singing, and this one girl was singing all the songs. She was just like straight going in on the song. The men all pause when I walk. No. Yeah, she was singing men all pause, but it was not. Yeah. It was like anyway. She was singing one of their earlier songs, like a lot of their earlier songs. Okay, and then this other girl was like backing her up, but they performed for like 2 hours. Like that's where I was about to go at, because I'm like, they still performing. I wanted to see the other people, but I'm talking about, you would have thought that they didn't have nobody else that was coming up. These girls was having so much fun. Well, the one thing that I really took away from this is, now the girl that was backing the girl up, like this girl was backing her up for like an hour, okay, but then it was her set of songs that was coming second. Like they started singing, like they started covering other people's music. I'm talking about these girls could blow. And the one girl that was backing this other girl up, I'm talking about, she could blow. Like she had so much goodness in her voice. And what I really loved about it is how humble she was to wait her turn. And then you could see the guitar player that was waiting on his turn, and everybody just waited on their turn, and everybody was so talented. But like this one girl, she wasn't trying to outshine. She was literally just backing this girl up, and then her voice was like even more powerful. It was just a lesson of like, you need to be having fun, honey. Even when the crowd wasn't dancing, she was like, I think I'm gonna have to come down there, because I know for a fact y'all about to jam with me. And she got off the stage and she came down, and then people follow her, and then more people follow her, because you just got to be having so much fun in your thing that everybody else has to join in with you. You know what I mean? And it was just one of those like reminders, life just be giving you these little reminders. Like this little reminder right here. Wayne said you don't even need to speak English in New York. Yes. You don't need to speak it out here in California too, honey. Child, please. You can go all day speaking Spanish and nobody even question you. You said New York City is the only place in America you don't need to speak English. No, Cali is the other place, honey. You can be in here. You can be out here, and you can go from store to store, to restaurant, and you can only speak Spanish, child. And I love it. Shoot, I love learning. I love learning. I wish I had the constant, I wish I worked somewhere where the engagement was constant like that. But soon, because I need to work in my field, and I mean it. Me can't work in nobody else's field. I need to work for myself. The Holy Spirit tells me, when you gonna do it? When you gonna do it? If you're not doing it now, when you gonna do it? And that's it's me. It's like, I might as well go. Like I would be really anxious on a job. So if I'm gonna just be over here working for myself and experience a little anxiety, I would much rather do that than to just do anything else, because I'm just gonna live one of these lives that I don't have no regrets. Like, we don't know when we rolling out. And guess what? When I roll out, they gonna be like, this girl tried everything. This girl rap, this girl sang, this girl produced, this girl, I mean, she wasn't no drawer, but she'll try. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm living my, that's how I'm rolling. Like, I feel like the Lord blesses that so much, and I do see myself getting stronger. Like, now I can record my own music and edit my own music. Now I edit my own podcast. I don't spend money anymore on editing the podcast. Just from me wanting to learn, the Lord will show me more and more. And I do feel like when you show him the desire for you to expand, it's really him showing you his desire for you to expand. And so, the things that you're supposed to expand in, they come so easily. You know what I mean? Um, I wouldn't be a real black mama, honey, if I didn't wash this. If y'all didn't hear me hold on, let me move this over. If y'all didn't hear me washing this cutting board, because I just cannot, like, see these shrimp, all I need to do is let the shrimp cook and then put them in the taco and the salad and all that stuff. Once they cook, it's done. I got them on real low so I can talk to y'all, but I cannot look in this kitchen and see this. Like, Wayne, you know how I am. I cannot have nothing, like, I can't have nothing in the sink, honey. My brain is directly affected by, this kitchen is the one place I love to dwell. You know, I had me a revelation too yesterday. Because when I was going out, I was like, okay, Lord, I was like, I really want to meet somebody out here, meet like a nice date, like a date. And then yesterday, as I kept, just watching, just people watching, I started thinking about my husband, and I was just like, I really want a shack. Like, it don't have to be like shack in particular, but a shack that believes in Jesus Christ. He fun, he tall, he's successful, very successful, but confident, and wants to be with his one woman, my man of God. I really want that. And that's when I had the revelation yesterday. Well, I'm already his wife. You know what I'm saying? So let me walk around with the I'm already his wife spirit on me, because when you already know that that's the man, and keep in mind, don't misquote, not misquote me, but like misunderstand. Like, I don't know who the man is, but I know the man is. You know what I'm saying? I know he's already coming. I know the Lord already has him for me. So, in the Bible, it says, a man who finds a wife finds a good thing. And that means you already need to be a wife, because he don't say a man that find a girlfriend, make her a wife and then he find a good thing. It means that she's already a wife. So I'm already a wife, and might as well just walk around with the already wife spirit. You know what I'm saying? So that gave me a huge boost of confidence, because now it was just like, oh no, like it was just the same as like a woman that would be somewhere and her husband was out working. Like, that's how I felt, as opposed to feeling like, oh, I want to, I hope I can meet somebody to entertain, because as a entertainer, as a very ambitious and successful woman, you need somebody that's also ambitious and successful. You need somebody even more ambitious and successful than you are, because men naturally like to lead. And, we want y'all to be in a leadership position. I mean, I know for me in particular, I want my man to be a leader, but the thing is, women naturally trust your leadership. if you are already, if you're leading yourself well, And I do look at the Tiffany Haddishes of the world, the Brescia Webbs of the world, and they inspire me. The Viola Davis, the Loretta Devine, all of those women had to do their thing. All of those women were exploding when they met their husband. They didn't meet their husband on the way up. The Lord had a task for them. I mean, and now Tiffany is not married just yet, but she did meet this like Bitcoin investor. And I feel like, not I feel like, but I'm just super duper hoping that he is the one for her, because Tiffany is great with her money. She focuses on building, generational wealth. She saves her money. And I just feel like a person that is, an investor that's so properly aligned, and he's not in the business because, she is an A-lister. So a person that is, she can't go date a D-lister and be at home encouraging somebody, talking about, you just hang on in there. One of these auditions gonna break. No, she can't have that kind of man. You know what I'm saying? She got to have, and if she does have a person that's one of these auditions gonna break, is because he's already on the A list. You know what I mean? But I am so inspired by their trajectory of how like they took their eyes off of anything else and kept them on the Lord to get to where he had, he wanted them to go. And then he sends the man of their caliber. You know what I mean? So the Lord told me, daughter, you do the same thing. You do the same thing. Just keep your eyes on where I have for you, and you will get to the fruit. Okay, my shrimp is in. I think what I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna do a different little thing. Let me see here. Let me switch this camera. Let me switch this camera. Let me see if hold on. Okay. Oh, I am so happy that camera is perfectly angled like that. Okay, my shrimp is in. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this corn and do like a roasted corn with the shrimp. And I'm gonna turn this. I'm gonna turn this up. I ain't gonna use all the corn, but I'm gonna turn this up. And I like it, and I'm gonna get a little lime going. And I like it spicy. Get a little lime going. And I like it spicy, so I'm gonna get a little red pepper. Get a little red pepper. I don't use black pepper because they say black pepper does not digest in your heart. So I'm like, I don't use black pepper. I use red pepper. And I like red pepper better too. But yeah, see, that shrimp don't take a long time to get done, but I do want it roasted. I do want a good roast. This is in the avocado oil, you see, and I'm gonna turn it up because I want to get it Cajun. I want to get it Cajun out, but they already had some season. Let me see. Oh, okay, it ain't that season. They already had a little season on it, so I'm gonna do a little Cajun. Because I like color. I like speckled food. Color. That's one of them, like. Yeah, let me switch this back. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I'm getting me a show that's just like that. Like, I'm gonna just have to have a plater. Hold on. Let me see how this hair goes. Because I'm looking at you, when you on these streaming places, you the opposite of what it is. I'm gonna have to have me a plater so I can like have, I can have it the best presentation. But I do have a container that can help me. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I do have a container that can help me to plate well. hmm I'm going to take this lime, put it in this bowl. What y'all ate today? Put it in the comments. Another thing too is, what I'm learning too is when keeping my blood pressure normal on its own. Oh, let me turn my hibiscus on too and get you going and turn you on high because that hibiscus be good too. And I have really grown to like the taste of it with no sugar. But I have really in getting it out on my own and getting my blood pressure down on my own, I really learned a lesson in cheese. Like I got this Parmesan Romano Asiago cheeses. It's only 50 milligrams of sodium per serving. It's 28 servings. So you see, you have to really watch cheese. That's why they say don't eat cheese. Don't when you have high blood pressure or you're trying to get your blood pressure down, don't eat cheese at all. You have some gluten free egg noodles and garlic butter sauce for dinner. Ooh, that sounds good. How did you make the garlic butter sauce? You literally just put the garlic butter, or it already came prepackaged? Um, see, I got this fire up high because I wanted to like blacken. In fact, I'm gonna put the cheese away because I already got seasoning on here, and I'm gonna get my cheese. Excuse me. I'm gonna get my cheese grater out because I'm going to grate one of these avocados. Oh yeah. I think, Sarah, every Sunday I sign up for somewhere. Okay. And then every Sunday I'd be like, because I will eat, and then eating reminds me to have a lazy Sunday. You said there's so much salt in everything. I know. Listen, I did not, and the thing is, you don't even realize it until you're now become cognizant of it. You know what I'm saying? Like now that I'm trying to watch the salt, and I'm like, oh Lord, I can't eat that. That had that much in it. No wonder. You know what I'm saying? Because if you eating a bag of chips, if you even a bag of chips a week, but you're not watching the rest of the stuff you eat, child. You know what I mean? And this is on top of like coffee, because coffee skyrockets the blood pressure. Like that caffeine. Okay, now I can turn this. Now I can turn my shrimp down on low. I can put a top on this to let that keep some of the moisture up in there. You said butter dilutes with some water, then garlic and a little cornstarch to thicken. Ooh, now you know what I found that thickens well. Like when I do a chicken and I need to thicken it, I have some chickpea flour, and chickpea is like real good for you. Now, this is what I got for those. See the tacos, because this is the white corn tortillas. I got these because there's only 20 milligrams of sodium in them. So, that's why I got them, basically. Let me see if I can put this in something better. Yeah, I got them like that. There was another one there was another corn one that was like 0 milligrams of sodium, but I do want some kind of like thickness, Child, it's just finding the balance, you know. You said, especially if prepared with mega salt. Yeah, that's my thing already. Oh, got this cheese grater that I'm about to take one of these avocados and try this cheese grater. Get it grated, you know, get the avocado grated real nicely in the taco. Ooh, look at how it makes it. It comes off perfectly. You know, not perfectly, but you know, it definitely smoothens it out. You know, ketchup. They say you don't do ketchup too. They said leave ketchup alone. And then but I looked up mayo, and mayo is not as heavy in sodium. Mayo and mustard is not as heavy in sodium. So what I said I'm gonna do is make a salad dressing from those two. You know, it's some vinaigrette that's not as heavy either. But you know, it's amazing how you got to be straight conscious of it. This salad got 5 seconds left. Oh yeah, this salad needed to go out of here. Aujourd'hui. I can one thing about these salads in the bag, they are meant to get it. Like it my grandma used to say, I ate. They wouldn't say I ate today. I said, she ate. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of the sour cream, I'm gonna get a little mayo. I'm gonna get a little mayo going. Let me get a clean spoon, because I like a little cream on the tacos. And like a little cream on the tacos, and then I got a couple of, Thai sauce has low sodium too. I'm talking about it's been a straight low sodium journey. Now I'm putting this on here, putting this shrimp and That's what I'm saying is I'm gonna hire me a plater so it can look good. Cause child, plating is just not what I do. But I will try it. You say cooking with Zell. I know. The thing is I'm not the type of person where I want like a cooking show, But if I had a cooking show, I would love it, because this is the whole reason I do the Dale show in the kitchen and I'm cooking at the same time, because it comes so naturally to me. Like when I go to make myself a meal, this is the perfect way to come and like set up and talk, and you know what I mean, while I'm cooking, because I'm gonna be here anyway with this time. So like that's why the Dale show is always in the kitchen, because you know what I mean? Because I'm just naturally here anyway. And this is where I flesh out my thoughts. Like the kitchen is a very therapeutic place for me. So, and the Dale show is, kind of like my self-therapy, where I'm getting epiphanies. I'm learning lessons of the week. I'm reflecting on things I might have learned. So, you know, that's why the Dell Show is right on in here. Okay, let me just try to do this. Make it, now let me try to wipe around here so I can show y'all the tacos, the shrimp tacos. And let me put this back up because I need to eat in peace. Like, my lime. I'm gonna squeeze my lime right on over. Let me actually switch cameras so y'all can see the tacos. Let me do this back so y'all can see them in the light. You see that? I'm just gonna squeeze some lime over the tacos. And I'm just gonna straight get to town. I'm just gonna straight get to town because I got to get rid of this salad anyway. And this salad cannot go on not another day. And this avocado needs to get dealt with too. But before I go, I gotta share with y'all. I have a new song coming out. Why'd you have to do me like that, baby? Why'd you have to go and do me like that, baby? Why'd you have to do me like that, baby? Why'd you have to go and do me like that, baby? Sarah, my Bible today, baby. Somebody man find it a wife. Should I read my scripture today, baby? Somebody love and a happy life. I turn the page, baby. Somebody not equally yours. Hey, that's when the tears started falling, baby. And I couldn't breathe. Couldn't breathe no more. Then I read verse to verse, scripture to scripture. I need y'all to go and pre-save her on Spotify. It's called Dear You Know Who. It's on it's on iTunes, it's on Spotify. If you have Apple Music, you can save it on there. If you have Spotify, whatever platform, you can pre-save it right now. I'll also put the link in the bio. I'll put the link to my website, and I'll put the pre-save link in the bio. But guys, I need y'all to just pre-save it. I need y'all to rate it and download it when it comes out. I just can't thank you enough for for coming to hang with me on the Dale Show. If y'all are looking at this on the replay, make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, make sure you like it, share it. I just really love and enjoy the Dale Show. I also have a new blog on my website, which is iamdaleharrison.com. Let me see if I can just put it up there real fast because I just got so much up here real fast. But I got a new blog on my website, daleharrison.com. And, you could just see it right on there because, so much to say, so many venues, so much to so many things to talk about. I just can't express them all. I got my comedy videos on Instagram. I got my comedy and music on my YouTube. I got my blog now on my website. I got, pictures and stuff on social media. I do Up Late with Shindell every Sunday on iHeartRadio on 108 Soul FM, which is 108soul.com, every Sunday at 10 p.m. So much going on. So the best thing to do is just to go to my website, sign up for my email list. A pop-up will come, and that way you can be, you can keep abreast of everything that's going on with me, and you don't have to guess, because even if you're following me on social media, you miss the post, you miss the Instagram doesn't show you everybody, but if you're on my email list, then you can see everything that's going on with me. Yay, look at that. That is going to be some kind of delicious. And that's why I got to go. And I will see y'all next time on the show.
Why'd you have to do me like that, baby? Why'd you have to go and do me like that, baby? Why'd you have to do me like that, baby? Why'd you have to go and do me like that, baby? Sarah, my Bible today, baby. Some other man find it a wife. Should I read my scripture today, baby? Some other love and a happy life. I turn the page, baby. Somebody not equally yours. When the tears started falling, baby.